Hello and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your host today, we're just going to go around the room. Cory, how are you?
Oh, hello.
And we got Nick. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How you doing, Bob?
Doing well. Todd Dillon, how are you, sir?
I am stupendous, sir. Stupendous.
Excellent, boys. Let's get the show started. Got a bit of a late start tonight. We're running 15 minutes behind schedule.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I got to tell you, well, there's despite having multiple production meetings this week, sometimes last minute problems do crop up, and you just got to deal with them, right?
Yeah,
it's the only thing you can do. You can't ignore it. Problems do not go away if you ignore them.
Real life problems.
That's right. Speaking of real life problems, hey, our audience, if you are new to the podcast, thank you for joining us. If you're returning, welcome back. You can find us out there each and every week on the streaming services, audio-wise, wherever you get a podcast. Video-wise, you can find us out on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Twitch and Instagram. Did I hit them all, Cory?
All the places.
Excellent. If you want to email us with your existential questions or requests for relationship advice, that is schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us anytime, day or night, including right now. For those of you who are live, those of you who are surprised at 9:45 on a Saturday by the notification that we went live at 618-SHOCKER.
Sure can.
Fuck. I think I've gotten complacent, and I just expect now that after I say the word shocker, people are going to jump in and go, shocker, baby!
I don't think anyone's ever stuttered like that,
And they,
though.
oh, I feel like there's been some massive stuttering.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't say any names.
But baby, that's
But someone has
goddamn stuttering if the day is long.
In that sense, yes.
Yeah.
But the way you did it with the stuttering, that's never happened.
Prove it. Show me the evidence, Cory.
All right, let me go back right
Show
now
me
through
the
the
evidence.
200 episodes.
Do people really want to hear about us talking about whether or not?
That's right. We can go right back.
Welcome to Schnozzcast. This is the young Schnozzcast hosts. Dude, we should totally do.
Did you sound like that when we first started the podcast?
That's how I remember.
It was way back when we were children. We were like 9 or 10 years old. It was a long time ago.
It seems like it. At this point.
A total time travel episode with 10-year-old Cory hosting the show.
Baby!
Amazing. Perhaps I'm the only one. And that's fine. I can dream.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. And your dreams will be squashed by your podcast co-hosts. That's what you learn.
Just so you're aware, hopefully Superfan Gina shows up in the thread tonight on the live, because she was putting herself out there on Facebook saying, "Can anyone recommend any good documentaries tonight for a night at home?"
What, is that your Gina voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, for a night at home, how about the Schnozzcast? Forget the fucking documentaries.
Why does she sound like one of the Golden Girls?
And yeah, such a quivery old lady.
Because
yeah. Who's trying to hold something really heavy from crushing her.
Or walk really hard on her walker.
All I got to say, Gina, is when you do show up, because you will, because you're a great friend, and we thank you for being a friend.
Fan.
And a great Schnozzcast fan.
Thank you for being our friend.
Down the road and back again.
Easy, boys. We got copyright issues here.
You can sing stuff.
You can sing it, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible,
Well, I mean, you can't play the
horrible
music.
singing here.
You guys sing it so spot on, though. So spot on. That,
Thank you.
I would hate to get a copyright strike.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right in the feels, man.
Yeah.
It's a backhanded comment.
He's a really good friend, isn't he?
He really wants to stay the night, doesn't he?
You did tell him yes.
Only with you.
I did.
So are we talking?
I put on my assless undies for tonight. After I heard that, man, I ran right upstairs.
So you need to give some background as to why you're talking about who spent the night.
No.
Because we're gonna.
No,
Have,
you totally do. Because you brought it up, and now people don't know what you're talking about.
No, because we're gonna have sex. That's why.
Oh, that's the background I was looking for. Hey, we could move on right from there.
It's very rare, but sometimes.
See, if we had a whole huge audience, now's when they'd be like flooding.
Danielle,
What?
Danielle, now you know.
Now you know the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, she ain't listening to this.
Harry, angry sex.
Wait, who's Harry?
Yeah.
You know, like when you ever like knot some hair up
Oh,
on your
dude,
leg?
stop.
No.
That's what happened
Stop.
to Nick and I.
No,
When we,
I don't know
we
what you're
get-
talking
Stop.
about.
I'm uncomfortable.
On your what? On your leg? Your head? Your face?
Oh, our entire bodies. It's
Please,
fucking
please
Christ.
completely entangled.
Elmo,
with each other.
Elmo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I shaved my beard.
Nice.
'Cause it was getting to be such a problem.
Nice.
There might be another reason why you shaved that beard, and perhaps you'd like to go
That
into
is
that.
Corey, pineapple.
This is my dish off to you.
Oh, thank you. On this past Wednesday, March 6th, as it is every year, Bob and I went
Wait, what, as what is every year?
the day of the dude.
There you go. And what is the day of the dude?
It's the day the movie premiered, The Big Lebowski. And last year we went to Bolero. Had a very good time there. They had a costume contest, streamed the movie, hung out, had a very, very, very good time. But this year, my cousin-in-law, Ryan, excuse me, and his stepfather are huge fans of the movie, and they put on a whole bar crawl out in Northville. And there was like 5 or 6 different places that were involved. You could turn in your hard cash for clams, as they call it in the movie, and you walked up and down Main Street in Northville and got to meet a bunch of people that are very into the movie. Bob and I, since there was a costume contest last year, Bob and I got very into it, like we did for last year.
Oh, hold on. I appreciate that. That's very generous. I did not get as into it as you did. I did the minimum amount of work.
Todd, hang on. I'll give you more credit than that because I asked you last year if you were going to dress up as Walter or anyone, and you're like, no.
I'm sure that was my first response.
I think I remember asking what percentage of a chance there was, and you said
12. I said 12%.
You said 0.
I like
0%.
I like 12. 12 is generally my answer when asked that question.
Just so you're aware, internet and Corey.
Internet with a capital I.
Yeah, just so you're aware. I asked Bob to dress up for our Halloween show, and he said he hates dressing up.
I do.
And then when I asked him about the Day of the Dude, he gave me an answer like you would say, listen, when your daughter asks you to go to a daddy-daughter princess dance, you put on a fucking tutu and you go.
That's right.
And that's basically what
I
it
feel like
equated.
you were paraphrasing what I actually said, but
That's he gave me an answer that was like
in the spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was saying like I don't want to do this. But
goes
I'm
back
doing
to,
this for my friend.
Absolutely. It goes back to the Letterkenny ethos, which is when a friend needs help, you help them.
I mean, again, don't get me wrong. If that is the case, I'm more than fine with that because I originally got the answer of a complete no. There's no chance I will do this and dress up in any way. And so last year at Bolero, Bob brought it pretty hard. And
you could just say I dressed up. You don't need to say I brought it pretty hard.
You
brought it very hard, Bob.
Great fucking costume.
I can't believe no one else jumped all over that.
Bob, how small are your feet?
They're tiny. Well, hang on.
My feet are bigger than Corey's.
I haven't brought it up full screen yet.
I was gonna say he's walking on stilts.
So Bob and I went out to Northville.
It's
this
a bad
year
angle in that shot, but I'm wearing size 11.5 shoes. I'm sure that Corey's jellies are not 11.5.
Yeah, no, they look like
they're
like
11s.
5.5s right there.
Yeah, so I'm only half size bigger than you, but yeah, they are right.
So
it's a camera at head height, at skull height, pointing downward.
It looks pretty straight on, but either way,
those feet shrinker lenses, you know.
Yeah, suck them right down. We went out to Northville to this bar crawl, and I have to say, Manfred, if you're listening, if you ever do listen to this, thank you very much again for putting all this on. My cousin-in-law, his stepfather, was the one that decided to do all this, and dude, they did gangbusters. It was a great time. There was.
Are you sharing this picture? I don't.
No, I will be in a second.
Oh, okay.
It's a build-up.
Incredible suspense.
Yeah, no. So great time. A bunch of people showed up, but Bob and I think were one of the maybe like there was 2 or 3 other people like fully in costume.
Mm-hmm.
and everywhere we were going, we were getting our pictures taken, asked to get pictures taken.
That was the cool part.
Was it for the Schnozzcast or was it the Day of the Dude?
This
thing?
is for like the Northville City Council, like citywide website.
Yeah,
so
so
put our picture on there.
Wow.
So because and a lot of the profit that Manfred's company Up to Go got once they broke even, everything they made past that they're building a park in Northville.
Oh, okay.
Right behind basically where we were at. So they broke even very, very early in the night, and after that, like I said, we would be walking down the street, and people would be like, "Oh, hey, can I get a picture real quick?" And
that was kind of fucked up.
We felt like little celebrities. It was kind of. I thought it was kind of cool.
Very little celebrity. Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, at a very tiny scale, but it was fun. So this is the first picture of the night that Bob and I took when we showed up to the first place.
Is there in this upcoming brand new park? Is there like one of the swings very low to the ground, like a Cory Selesky memorial swing because of this?
I should ask for that.
Gold plaque.
Then Todd and I can both get on it.
Oh,
his feet will still be dangling a little bit, but
a really tiny seesaw.
Right.
That'd be amazing.
Just had to put a little more sand under my feet so I can actually.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Todd. I kind of set him up for that unknowingly.
But yeah, so this was. Go ahead, Todd. Go ahead.
It was such a weak burn. I didn't even catch it.
Well played, sir.
Oh, that's all you got.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a weak comeback.
To a weak burn, though.
It's a very weak
that's
burn.
strength with strength, right?
It'll set in tomorrow. He'll wake up and be like, God damn it. But yeah, so here you guys go. Here's our first picture of the night. And yeah, again, great time. I can't say enough about it.
I don't get it. Where's Buscemi?
Well, that's a good question. You asked a number of your friends if they were interested in going that night, right?
I asked one, and he said no.
Gotcha.
Actually, what I said was, is the only character that I could be, you said was Steve Buscemi. And what I said was my teeth are too nice to be that character.
And so Nick decided he didn't have to show up. That's...
Yeah, and then they got really mad because he's a firefighter. And
with a little trimming of the beard, you could have been Jesus.
Okay, Bob, let's not get crazy talking about trimming the beard.
I really think you could have.
Yeah, okay.
I did it.
Well, if we can dye your hair jet black, we'll trim my beard.
So yeah, it sounds like we might have a Schnozzcast contest in the making.
And not removable dye either.
There we go.
What do you mean not removable dye?
Jet black hair.
Sharpie?
Permanent dye.
There's no permanent dye.
Yes, there are. Yes, there is.
Okay, then, I mean, but I feel like you could never grow your beard back.
No, not like spray, like Halloween hair, like actual hair dye.
Yeah, hair dye is not permanent.
Okay. Let's not get into this right now.
All right.
I don't know how interesting the hair dye confrontation would be, but Cory, did you see Mary's comment?
No shit, I forgot to get back into the comments.
Yeah, he's been busy sharing content, man.
No shit. That's the only picture you're showing?
It was. We had a couple from the night, but yeah, make it quick. We'll get through it. We wanted to share the Day of the Dude with you guys real quick.
This isn't a 3-hour podcast.
Where's the big key and the big pair of scissors from the Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the trophy?
Yeah, there were a few people that we talked to that were fairly high up in the organization involved with putting all this together and setting it up for next year and putting the band.
Like holy shit, we didn't think people were going to show up for this.
No, not at all.
I'm not. It could have been because this was the first year they did it.
Yeah.
And they partnered very closely with the city of Northville. But yeah, it could have been a huge flop. But like I said, very early in the night, they broke even on what they already put out. And like I said, everything past that was going towards the park that they wanted to build, which will be called the Little Urban Achievers Park.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Of course, if you've never seen the movie, that probably means nothing to you.
No, but it's...
Oh, my sister Jenny just showed up. First-time watcher.
Jenny, hello.
Wow.
Welcome, Jenny.
But I think it's cool to just kind of give a little bit of notoriety to a holiday, really an unofficial holiday that maybe a lot of people didn't know existed. I was mentioning this to Alika, that there was an actual holiday that people took off from work to fully celebrate The Big Lebowski, and she's like, the movie? Like, oh, it must be huge in Michigan. I'm like, no, this is a national thing.
Nationwide.
Lots of different places do it.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Holiday might be a stretch, Bob.
You shut your mouth.
Shut your dirty mouth, my friend. In the same way that any other tax holiday is a holiday, lots of people take the day off. None of them are in this room, but they celebrate it. They dress up for it, and generally hang out. Like Cory said, there was one guy and his wife who were sitting at the bar, the first place that we went to, and we went to the bar to order drinks, and she saw me standing there in my ridiculous getup as Walter from The Big Lebowski, who's played by John Goodman. Mm-hmm. And she looks at me and then she kind of elbows her husband. She's like, well, at least you got the name. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this guy's name must be John. And I didn't think anything more of it. And then maybe like 20 minutes later, we ran into them outside, and I found out the guy's name actually is John Goodman.
Oh, really?
His actual name is John Goodman. He didn't know that the Day of the Dude thing was happening that day, like all around him, and now his wife is hell-bent on convincing him to dress up as Walter next year.
Nice.
Which, if your name's John Goodman, I don't know why the fuck you wouldn't.
Yeah, as you should.
Unless in a cruel sense of irony, he decided to dress up as Donnie, just because.
Yeah. Or Wilford Brimley and sit on a large horse.
Oh God, that's wrong.
And I get down to a smaller horse. To a smaller horse.
And eventually a large dog.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, it was a great time. And like I said, the Manfred's company did a great job. But moving on from that, to cover some of the comments here, Steve, no, unfortunately you cannot FaceTime us during the podcast. I'm trying to get the link to... I think I'm going to try to send it to Todd, if Todd can send it to Mary.
Oh, do you need Mary's number?
Yeah, so Todd, text me real quick, buddy.
Yeah, Todd, if you could do that. You probably got it handy
I can get
more than I do.
I already have the switcher room up and ready to go if he wants to come in. We can try it out.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
All right.
Sure. And while you're doing that, one of the things that we wanted to try to cover today, not being part of your existential question segment, was... the nostalgia suggestions that Gina gave us last week that we made it halfway through.
Yeah, so last week, a couple weeks prior, we were talking about things that were nostalgic. And luckily, superfan Gina, now that we can mention her, because I was keeping her a secret last week, now that we can mention her, she gave us some great suggestions. We got about halfway through that list, and we want to know what you guys think of this nostalgia list. So let's go back in time. All right, where we left off last time was favorite after-school snack. We went around the room. We had some great answers. Why don't you just remind us of where we left off? What was everyone's answer from last week?
Oh, for favorite after school snack?
Yeah, cool, and a cool after school snack, if that's what you want to put.
Oh, I think, as I recall, my answer was I'm the wrong person to ask this question because we didn't get cool food to eat in the house when I was growing up, and so it was whatever food I could get my hands on.
You're really painting a very grim picture of your childhood, Bob.
Picture.
And I feel like you have some really great parents.
It's the same grim picture I painted last week.
Cory's,
Sir.
I think Cory said saltines or something, right?
No, I might have said saltines because that's all I could find.
Potted meat. And potted meats.
Salted meats. Yeah.
Spam.
Salt cured meats.
Something.
Vienna sausages.
So, okay. So it's going to take way too
sausages.
long because apparently people don't remember that. But we're going to move on to the next one.
I clearly did. I mean, I don't know.
We went on to talk about, just to briefly bring you back up to date, going to Blockbuster on a Friday night, calling in and asking if they could hold a movie, cereals, favorite kinds, store brands or name brands, favorite kids movie growing up, a memory about going to the movies, waiting in line. Movies were such a big deal back at the time. Your favorite after-school snack. Did your parents order pizza on Friday night? Was it tradition?
That's when we talked about pepinas.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, my God.
Yep. We talked about it last week.
You and I both knew about that.
I was having nostalgia at his nostalgia.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. This is so nostalgic, talking about this nostalgia.
Nostalgic flashbacks.
Was it Domino's or was it a different place? Was it a local place? Now, we move on to the next question of this week. This week, what is a smell that reminds you of your childhood?
Todd Dillon, go.
Corn dogs. Corn dogs at every freaking pop-up carnival, state fair, all corn dogs.
Corn dogs have
corn dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Do they?
Fuck
Is it
yeah.
a corn smell? What is this? What's the smell of corn dogs?
If you were to take like a dog of sort and put it with corn, that's the smell.
Deliciousness.
Okay. That follows.
Oh, my
That
gosh.
tracks.
Corey, you're going to have to take that one.
Deliciousness.
And, back burner it and then come back with something a little bit better.
That's all I had at the time. But
Yeah, so
No,
to-
you
Either
answered
that
my
or
question, sir.
cotton
Good
candy.
idea.
cotton candy. So Todd, basically you're saying the scent of a small town carnival, right?
The sewage.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The midgets.
No. I mean, there's
No,
Sarnies,
not when we were young.
small
Small
hands.
hands.
Not
Smell
when
like
we were
cabbage.
young.
Cabbage is really the answer you're looking for, Todd.
there's something to be said about when you go to a carnival and you smell that mixture of elephant ears, French fries, onion rings, cotton candy, and
Corn dogs.
Cabbage.
and corn dogs, not cabbage. It's an intoxicating aroma. It makes you hungry.
I feel like he hasn't
What's-
seen that movie either.
What's that smell of cabbage?
I feel like a lot of people are
Oh,
spitballing
the
'cause
carnival's here.
when they should be thinking of their answers, because I'm going to move on to you.
I already
So-
got mine.
Thank you.
As funny
Thank
as
you.
we all are right now,
Thank you.
why don't you figure out your fucking answer? So, I would say childhood. So I remember my aunt used to always tell me this. She would say that lilacs always reminded her of her childhood because her grandmother, my great grandmother, had like one of those lilac bush in her backyard. And it's weird because, as they say, you know, your sense of smell is the closest sense tied to memory. You can smell something and be taken back immediately. There are so many things. I have a great sense of smell, and I very much appreciate. I used to love like candles and things like this. Just anything I could smell when I was younger that smelled good. And it's still to this day. And I can smell something. I remember the way my aunt's house smelled, you know, and if you were to paint that picture, it probably to her was no big deal, but to me, it was a certain smell. She had Dobermans. She was always making good food, and it just had this certain smell to it. But there are so many things that kind of take me back to that. The one thing that really comes to my mind, though, is what I posted a couple weeks ago on Facebook was this Cajun shrimp recipe. This has been in my family for many, many, many years. It was something my grandma clipped out of a newspaper article, you know, way back in the 70s, and it's been a staple in our family, and it has a very distinct smell. Very distinct smell, and anytime I smell that, we used to always get together on Friday nights, and it takes me right back to that spot. Everything else in life can change, but that smell still brings you right back. So that's what it is for me. Does anyone else have something?
So real quick, because I do have something, but Jenny did say weekend morning bacon,
Does it say
friendship tea.
bacon?
So friendship tea, she's recalling my mom used to, she did a lot of crafts, arts, like not arts and crafts, but she did a lot of crafty things like wreaths and things like that. And she would always make things and sell them. She always had these little side hustles, and she had her own shop, several of her own shops. Growing up, she always had a business. And one of the things, you would walk in, and it was always like a country kind of store with like candles and wreaths and all kinds of girly crap that as a young boy you didn't care much about, but you just knew this was mom's shop. One of the things that she sold was friendship tea. And I think what she's referring to is like wassail, which it was like basically a mixture of like clove and cinnamon and tang, and it just had
like
this
astronauts drink.
Yeah, it to make it this powder.
Astronauts drink.
It's
if you got to put it in there.
If you look up wassail, that's what it is. But it came in a bag.
If you have to.
And she would bring it home all the time. She would sell it in her shop. She'd bring it home all the time. It was like an orange tea that was served hot. And yeah, that smell certainly reminded me of that. I can't look at the Facebook Live right now, but Bob, do you have something for a smell?
Oh, well, Cory did. He was listing the comment there, but he was like, "Oh, I got something."
Yeah, White Diamonds perfume.
By Elizabeth Taylor?
Yes.
Who smelled like that?
My boosh, my mom's mom. No matter if she was staying at home with her robe on all day long, the second she got up in the morning, got ready, she would still spray herself with White Diamonds. So anytime you came around her, that's the only thing you could smell.
So for all intents and purposes, that was the smell of your boosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I will never forget the name White Diamond. And every Christmas, birthday, both my mom and aunt would end up getting her a whole container of it. And so she had stockpiles of it. If you went to her hallway closet, there was a whole shelf of just bottles and bottles and bottles of White Diamonds perfume.
You can't leave yourself out of stock.
Isn't
no,
it?
dude. Oh, there was
ahead.
So much. And I see why she put it on, no matter, even if she wasn't going out, because she just had so much. She could have just walked around the house and just kept spraying it for about a year, and she still probably would have had 100 bottles left over.
So the question is, what is more marketable for a person when it comes to scents? Is it find something you like and stick with it, or keep people on their toes? Like, do you want someone to smell something, and no matter if they're gone or they're still with you, or you haven't talked to them in years, that they're like, yeah, that's Cory?
That's an interesting question. I think we should save that for...
It's a question within a question, yeah, for sure.
Existential topic.
It's just something to think about. We don't have to answer that one. So, Bob, what's your scent?
There's a few I could think of, but a lot of them are. Some of them are not good. Some of them are. Like my
well, we've only heard good things from your childhood so far.
When my mom cooked, like a lot of it was bland. I didn't really learn until I was an adult living on my own that there was you could season food,
flavor seasoning.
Yeah, but I remember going to my grandma Rankin's house, my dad's mom, and she would make she made a thing called potato candy, which I could still smell, and I know it sounds weird, but it actually was really good. She made Buckeyes, which today you could find all over the place, but back then you couldn't. Like, I don't know where she got the recipe from, but like the peanut butter balls covered in chocolate. Mm-hmm. And then she would take the heel, she would bake a loaf of bread, then she would take the heel and she would put butter and cinnamon and brown sugar in it, and then put it in the oven. And I remember that smell like it was yesterday. But the other thing that popped into my head, which trumped all of the other good smells, was a smell that I hated, which was every time we would go to my Uncle Ed's house for a lot of times we did holidays, Christmas and things like that. They would alternate it between the brothers. My dad had 3 brothers. So we would go to, if it wasn't at our house, it was at one of his 3 brothers' house. And when we went to my Uncle Ed's house, his wife was Hungarian and Polish, and she would make guamkis as part of like a big spread of lots of different things, like tons of food, like lots of great food. Mm-hmm. But the smell of those guamkis, because I remember it's Christmas time and you're there to celebrate, and you're
cabbage.
You're super pumped because there's going to be presents, and like this is the biggest day of the year if you're a kid. But it's always associated with that one thing where, like, as soon as you walked in the door, it hit you in the face like a punch in the nose, and I just could not. I tried, but I could not get on board with guamkis, but I remember the smell to this day, and it's probably the strongest smell that I remember. The one that comes into my brain and just obliterates all the other good memories. And it's like, remember those guamkis you used to smell?
So you're 100% right, because I share that same memory. I've never in my life Corey, cover your ears. I never in my life had a
Oh, boy.
had a Glumpki.
Guamki?
Glumpki.
Not
Oh, yeah,
Guamki.
they're
I
awesome.
think it's spelled.
It's spelled.
Okay, I'm going to call it stuffed cabbage because that's what
There
we
you go.
called it.
That's
Because
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because that's what we called it. My mom would make I've still to this day never seen crock pots this big. It was this freaking big. As a grown man, I can't even reach my arms around it. It was a white crock pot, and it had about 175 stuffed cabbages that she would make inside of it. And it would always be like around the holidays. And she's not Polish. You know who is? My stepdad. So she thought she had to make Polish things. And I never had it because the whole house smelled like feet. And
It's
so
Yes.
it's
Yes, 100%. It's a very foot odor type of a smell.
yeah.
it's a very tough recipe to actually master and get down. So for your mom doing that
It's
says
not.
a lot because
She did it all the time, and he
But
was like,
it's actually
"These
not.
are delicious." You know, and my mom was a good cook.
no, well, Todd, if it's done correctly, I don't know how you do it. But
No. Hold on a second.
Nope, we're
You've
not
been
holding
done
on.
correct. You can do it
We're
correctly.
continuing forward. So if it's done correctly, again, the smell, it doesn't take away the smell.
Listen,
I'm not saying that by any means.
I like sauerkraut. I like buttered, steamed cabbage when it's done right and seasoned right. I like
There you go.
stuffed grape leaves. So I'm assuming I would like
Oh, yeah.
this. But that smell
Yes.
has scarred me from my childhood.
And there is only one way to make guamki, and it is making it 100 pieces or more at a time.
Dude, it's crazy.
For some reason, my aunts were the same way. You'd go over their house, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we make
do it that way.
guamki," and like how's if we had a small army over here, we wouldn't be able to finish this.
Right.
Todd, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
Dude, I'm glad you asked. For my shot, I'm drinking Crown Apple, baby. And again, this week I went back to Cloud Mentality Hot Burst Hazy IPA by 10 Barrel Brewing.
I will
Badass
pour yourself
beer,
some of
baby.
that Crown Apple and join us here before their shot gets warm. Everybody out there,
I'm ready,
everybody
baby.
in the audience listening, please pour yourself a tasty beverage and join us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Salute.
Also, shout out to my youngest nephew who is watching for the first time on the Schnozzcast.
Hey, youngest nephew.
May he remain nameless.
Dominic.
All right.
Big Dom.
Hey, Dominic.
All right, so
Did you say shocker?
yeah. So moving
It's a bad time to bring that up.
moving
Todd.
right along.
Fucking hilarious.
Moving right along.
Yeah, moving right along.
All right. So, did you take the bus home? Did you walk? Did you get a ride? If you rode the bus, what was a memory, good or bad, that you had on the bus?
I'll start this one off. So when I was at Sacred Heart, we did take the bus.
This is elementary school?
Elementary school, yes. For the first...
Sorry, primary school for our UK fans out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Feels
That's
like
right,
you're
that's right.
taking the piss.
Well, we're not just an
No,
American
no,
podcast.
I trust me, I get it. I forget about that all the time.
Yep.
But so it wasn't a normal yellow school bus that Sacred Heart had.
Oh, not the shorter ones. Was it the shorter ones?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even a short bus.
Coming.
So we actually had smart buses, like the buses that used to run through cities, that for some reason would pick us school kids up and take us to Sacred Heart.
Darn
So
school
it's you
kids.
and a bunch of down in their luck Detroit residents on their way to...
Listen,
No,
I
thankfully
take
they kicked,
offense
they
for
kicked all
those
them off the
Detroit
bus.
residents. Down on your luck? Maybe they just wanted public transportation.
Maybe they did, or maybe they were down their luck. I think it's probably a crapshoot 50-50 choice there.
And of course, during this story, this is the first time my mom ever shows up in the room and comments on something. So
Hey, Mom.
yeah, hello, Mom.
Hello, Cory.
I hope you're doing good.
Careful,
Hope you're
Mommy.
feeling better.
Careful.
Her ears must have been
So we've got
burning.
my youngest nephew and Corey's mom. So
Yeah.
this will be great.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling good after your surgery.
Shocker line.
I know you've been saying you've been doing good, but either way, I love you.
But he doesn't believe you, clearly, so you're going to have to convince him with a...
So yeah, so back to the bus idea. So yeah, we had to walk down the corner, and the city smart bus would come pick us up, and yep, big old air brakes and everything. And we had this one bus driver. His name was Kelly, and I mean, ears pierced all the way up and down, wore his everyday driving gloves with the fingers cut off and the mesh on top. Basically, if you were to think about the school bus driver from The Simpsons,
yeah,
that's who we had as the actual bus driver. Dude, but this guy was
Otto?
so...
What was it? Was his name Otto?
yeah.
So cool. There was times where kids got left behind on the bus, and he would wait with them. He'd pull the bus up in front of the house and sit there on the bus in front of these kids'
They
houses.
got left behind the bus. Kind of sounds like he left them behind.
Not left, no. I mean, he'd still be with them. Not like...
What do you mean they got left behind on the
No
bus?
child left behind.
So there always had to be a parent to pick you up from the bus. You couldn't just get off the bus and walk.
Okay.
You always had to have... And I'm assuming that's...
So he would pull up to their stop, and their
contractual obligation.
Parents were nowhere around.
Yeah, and so he would either wait for a very long time and put everyone else behind, which was fine because, again, you don't just want your kids to get off the bus and start walking aimlessly.
Sure.
Or he'd go through the rest of the route and then come back to that stop, and he'd wait until the parents got there. And again, too, this is obviously way before cell phones and everything like that were created.
Hop on, little man. We don't want you to be too cool for school.
Dude, I'm telling you, he was the epitome.
Yeah.
I want to be just like you.
And it was really cool. So, because on smart buses, obviously, it wasn't set up like a regular school bus. They still had the pull the stop cords that would ding up, up to him, and they had the rails that people could hang on to.
Can you reach him now?
Todd can't, but
If he's in a booster chair.
right. If you're in a booster chair, you can reach them, Todd. I agree.
All right, easy, fellas, easy.
So that you obviously, as Sacred Heart children, that was one thing you're like, if you get in trouble for doing that, it's going to be the end of days. You can't be on the bus anymore.
The end of days.
Yeah, that's how it felt back then.
Right.
But on holidays, Kelly would be like, "Hey, you guys want to swing from anything? What? Do it to it.
Swing from anything?
Yeah.
Wait,
so use the hold on to bars, like monkey bars, and you could just hang from them and swing and jump around them.
That was his big
That
middle
doesn't sound
finger to
very
the
safe,
man.
Cory.
Was I'm going to let all the kids swing
Exactly.
from the bars to the top of the bus.
Corey, this
That's
is
not very OSHA sound.
this is an amazing story, but we also do have other people that need to
I know.
answer.
I'm sorry. I'm going on and on. My apologies.
As much as I love envisioning people putting you on their shoulders so you can swing from these monkey bars.
I'm envisioning his mom going like, "What are you doing, Corey?" He's like, "Are you cutting off the fingers on your gloves?" Like, "Yeah, I just want to be like Otto, okay? I'm cutting off the fingers on my gloves."
I didn't take my
Kelly,
fingers out first.
It was Kelly for us. That's
Right.
All right.
But yeah. So you're correct. I've gone on long enough about Kelly and our school bus system prior to actually having school buses at Sacred Heart.
Do we have somewhere to go? Like,
Do you still hang out with Kelly? Is all I want to know.
Dude, to be
Is
honest,
he still
with
your
you,
buddy?
Kelly,
I-
if you're listening?
Kelly died from drugs years ago.
He's probably been gone for a little bit. I hate to say that, but he's probably been gone
I
for a while.
fucking hope that he reaches out to us right now. Like, I'm still alive.
I do too.
bitches.
I do too, and I hope he volunteers to start driving Cory to the podcast on that same bus.
Let me know when you need a DD.
I will up and leave the podcast and never podcast again if Kelly comes on here.
So Bob, same question.
What was the fucking question?
Did you take the bus home, walk, or did you get a ride? If you rode the bus, what was the memory, good or bad?
Normally got a ride from my folks. I take that back. I walked in elementary school. I walked because it was only a scant seven blocks away.
Uphill both ways.
No, I wasn't one of those people. Like, it was fine. It was level ground. It never snowed. How about that? Middle school and high school, got a ride until I got a car. So I think I only had to take the bus maybe a year.
And then you drove 7 blocks?
No, it was a little bit farther than that by the time I was in school.
Your feet must have hurt in those diamond shoes.
Hey, I wasn't wearing shoes. I was goddamn barefoot.
Back out of the driveway, 1 block over, and we are to school.
Yep.
My parents worked, and they worked. My dad left when we left, and so he dropped us off on the way out to work and picked us up on the way back.
I will say I did take the bus. There was a lot of instances where, being the youngest of 4 kids, I was fortunate enough to have, the availability to have my sisters and my brother drive me, my brother's friends, and things like that. But I did for some time take the bus. And some of the coldest memories I ever have were standing at a bus stop several blocks from my house. And it was, 15 degrees. And everyone was just like, we just need to live.
What grade was that?
Oh, man. It had to have been like 4th, 5th grade, stuff like that.
Because when you get to 7th, 8th grade, that's the year when you're like, I'm taking off that fucking oppressive, bullshitty coat that you've got because it's not cool. I'm going to stand out at the bus stop with
freezing cold.
Yeah. That's why you were cold.
No, we were
in those years.
We were little fucking.
I'll say 4th or 5th grade. You were probably still getting bundled up.
We were little childrensicles,
like a tick.
Yeah.
It was cold, man. It's the coldest I can
Can't
remember.
put my arms down.
Yeah,
You'll put your arms down when you get to school.
it was very, 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 very cold waiting for a bus.
So now you said you had to walk to a corner to get to that bus.
Yeah,
which we had to do for several years as well.
God, are we back on the smart
No,
bus
no, no,
again?
His corner was uphill.
Hang on.
Also on the way back.
At Sacred Heart.
It never changed to where they picked you up at your driveway?
No.
Oh.
No, God,
okay,
no.
we were spoiled then.
No, that was only the handicapped children.
Somehow I was diamonds on the soles of my shoes because my dad gave me a ride, but
No, Kelly was very
valet
special.
service on the bus to your
Yeah.
driveway by
No,
Otto,
dude.
the
They only
amazing
did
bus
that.
driver.
No,
They only
what's-
did that for kids that lived like 20 minutes out into the country, like which was not our bus, or if you were special needs.
Oh, I didn't live in the country, so.
Hold on.
Mom, is there something you need to tell me
Right.
while you're still listening?
Corey, hold on. Wait for the lift gate to reach the ground.
Listeners, you could draw your own conclusions from those comments.
No, once we actually got the city buses, they started showing up in front of our driveway.
Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to hear more bus things from Corey, because I know he didn't talk much tonight about that. Todd, what is yours?
Yes, sir. So I'm surprised that I've never ever told this story before. We mainly carpooled, but as you guys may or may not know, when I was younger, I grew up downriver. We lived down in Taylor, but I went to grade school in Westland. So we were always struggling to find different carpools that would work out so that people could get to work on time and get the kids to school. And so a group of parents chipped in at one point, and they actually bought a short bus because it was a cheaper bus to bus the group of us that lived in the downriver area to Westland every day. But that was short-lived because after about 3 trips on said bus that I rode,
No pun intended.
during one of the rides home, during one of the rides home, one of the children on the bus inadvertently, or well, not really inadvertently, but for whatever reason, decided to make fun of my mom. Exactly. And it turned into a situation where everybody on the bus moved to one side so that I could destroy this kid.
Todd smash.
And it was such even the bus driver's like, please just sit in your seat.
No.
We'll be at the stop. And if you can stay in your seat, and then we can get everybody off the bus. And I sat calmly. And that was actually the last time that I took that bus after we got off the bus. I showed that child that he should never ever talk about my mom again.
Blocks away.
That bus
Blocks
no
away.
longer.
Blocks away. All they heard was somewhere, somehow, Todd Dillon is upset.
Todd, were you on the front of that bus or the back of that bus?
That bus was never literally after that week, the bus was never ever taken again. And I never ever took the bus again.
Todd, on behalf of my people, I apologize for Corey's last comment.
He wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, he was. Felt it in his soul. All right, so moving right along. I'm going to say we're going to do one more, and we're going to move on with the show because this is taking too long, and we can always come back to it, which is a beautiful thing.
Hold on, because if we move on to that, we're just going to move on to. Actually, that's not true. We're going to move on to you, Corey. So let's we'll do the whole list then. Okay. No.
Huh?
Thinking about it again now, with the benefit of hindsight. Yeah, one more question is good.
Yep. So one more question. Who would you rather help with your homework, your mom or your dad?
My dad.
It's a simple question.
It's not though.
Done.
It's not.
My dad.
I think self-proclaimingly, And I think even my mom would say my dad. Just because my mom is like, she's like, no, I don't know what any of that is. I don't know. And even my dad, I mean, homework is hard. When you're a parent and you're out of school for quite some time, they're constantly changing. You know, you're getting drilled this in school all the time. Homework is hard when you're not in school.
Very true.
No,
very
no,
true.
It's not. It's only hard if you care about the kids' answers being correct. If you don't care about that, homework is easy. That's a valuable note for all your parents out
sister
there.
did not like that answer.
What?
What's that?
You said, really, Nicholas?
Yeah, no, mom. I think mom would be the first person to say that she's like.
She says your dad.
Yeah, I say my dad.
Oh, then I guess you guys are on the same page.
Yeah.
All right.
My mom would be the first person to be like,
let's move on.
my mom would be
Yeah.
like, not me.
Listen to the show. Let's move on.
So my dad would help us out a lot.
Just be careful because they're both listening.
Jesus.
Wow.
So
in some form or fashion, probably.
I feel
yes.
like I would have rather had my mom help me out.
Good answer.
Because in all seriousness, my mom.
She's still in the room.
I don't know.
Okay.
She hasn't said. She hasn't said
look
anything
real
since.
quick.
But she was the smarter of the two. But
Is she in the room?
But my.
Let me look.
Oh yeah, I need to know.
But my dad would be the one to sit down and actually grunt it out and do the longhand division and this and that, which he didn't know how to do. He was learning as we were going. So,
she's still watching.
Is she? Okay.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Yeah, great answer.
All right, Cory, please feel free to comment.
Yes, great answer.
In all honesty,
Uh-huh.
like I said, he would grunt it out.
You sly devil.
I'm
you,
sure
Cory
my mom could have
Selesky.
figured it out in a matter of a second.
Yeah.
But my dad had to go through a lot of terror dealing with our homework. And to flip it around a little bit, maybe I could have been a much smarter person had my mom helped me out with my homework all those years ago.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
Mom.
So this is a backhanded
kidding.
compliment.
Cory
I'm
went
kidding.
deep.
Oh, this is
I'm kidding.
backhanded.
No,
Wow.
no. This is actually
My
very
mom is the smarter of the two,
It's an
but she clearly never helped me.
No, it's an existential answer because he's clearly going for the deep answer where he's thinking back, reflecting upon his life and what could have been.
Well, maybe she helped with the girls.
I love it.
Or if you guys got me a laptop at some point, things could have been way different.
Hold on, didn't I get you the wizard organizer or whatever I got you? Come on,
You
you
got
were
him
all set.
You
That
got
was-
him a Willard.
A
that was
Willard, yeah.
That was a piece of tech you just couldn't figure out how to use and gave it to me.
Oh no, that's a piece of tech that I used
kidding.
and I had no use for it after that.
I'm kidding, buddy.
But yeah, let's. It was not
Cory's
altruistic.
grounded
I'll be forever grateful for that.
and forever grounded now.
All right, that's
Cory
fine.
Selesky,
You're
the
on-
first person
you're
to
on
grounded
punishment.
over podcast.
I'll stay home this entire week.
You know what? I think the only reason that you have the sense of humor you have and that we accept you into our friendship is because you had the great parents that you had. And I think that's true for all of us.
Oh, I'm only friends with you guys because of my parents? God damn it.
100%.
Yeah,
No,
I
we're
think
only friends
that-
with you
that's
because
pr-
your parents
that's
did a
probably
good
true.
job.
That's probably
No.
true.
For the most part.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Mostly.
TD.
Yes, sir.
Answer the question.
What was your
what is
question?
your
Repeat the question.
You asked me to go in the room. Now
For
you're
him.
That was
I've
my,
already
it was my
answered
mom.
it. I'm saying-
Easy. It was my mom. My mom was my bestie, and she always helped me with my homework and with all my challenges in life. So it was my mom.
All right.
I love the mothers.
Very good. And that was the
Homework
nostalgia
for this week.
That was the nostalgia segment. I was going to press the button, but apparently we don't have any kind of...
I'll do it. We're going to move on to another segment right now. Cory, you've got something you want to share with the group.
That took me... I was a little taken aback by that. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Hanna-Barbera, if they're
Motherfuckers
aware
didn't
of
know
what's
I
going
had
on right now.
a quick running Cory sound on the mixer, but now you do.
So
I think I've rendered Cory speechless.
no,
And
you
yet-
have
All
by
right.
no means have you done that.
Okay.
Come on, TT.
Uh,
Just because you're grounded, move on, man.
So
Yeah.
because I've the one time my mom comes in the room, of course I'm going to show this
This
video.
is what makes good
I know
content.
he's like, I'm a punishment now.
It's almost like we engineered it and called her and told her to please be on tonight.
Oh, Corky, you are in for a treat.
In for a treat.
We have not seen this yet.
Yep.
This is a Schnozzcast exclusive.
So, as you guys know, we did the shower orange theory.
Don't say we.
Well,
it was a Schnozzcast exclusive. However, you were the only one that was in that video.
True. Very true. But there was a request from someone. I don't know who.
Oh, it was fucking me.
Okay. Well, then we'll...
Yep. Shall I say what the request was?
To do cake.
Yeah, I think birthday cake in the shower is absolutely on the docket for you to do.
Yeah, so.
And you took up the challenge with great aplomb and gusto, and I appreciate that. That's what I appreciate about you, Cory.
Yeah, I did. And
yep.
Appreciate?
Let me just say.
Put a dollar in that jar.
It's
Letterkenny.
Watch Letterkenny, Todd, and you'll understand it's not a mispronunciation. That's what I appreciate about you, Todd.
Yeah, Mom, if you're leaving, that's fine.
Listen,
I'll feel better about showing
I
this
wish
video.
that everybody
in
the room knew how excited Cory was for this video until he learned that I was still going to call on him to play it and that his mom was going to be in the room. Now it's more of the apprehension on his face is palpable.
I'm feeling very, uncomfortable right now.
Let's go.
All you have to do is press play. No. You have to do anything.
Here we go. So this is the new installment of the shower series, and this is the shower cake.
Make sure the audio's right because you have props with that every week.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Schnozzcast!
Oh, hey there. You guys caught me in the shower again. Sorry about that. Well, since I have you here, those of you that have seen the shower orange theory video, you probably know why you're here. If not, go back and check that out. But I was in the shower today thinking to myself, hey, my birthday was like over 3 months ago. I should probably celebrate it now with some cake. But we're going to the Day of the Dude today, so I don't have time to sit around and eat cake. So you know when a good time to eat it is? In the shower. And I'm going to show you why.
Please don't turn around and bend over.
Oh my God! I feel like the camera angle got lower.
When you have birthday cake, you always have to blow out the candles. And sometimes those candles just don't blow out that easy. But when you're in the shower, it's much easier.
No!
Look at that, all taken care of. Now time to enjoy a cake for my birthday. Another good part about being in the shower while eating your cake, though, you don't need any utensils.
Look at that water buildup on that cake. Oh.
Just like that. So easy.
Just jam the rest of it in your face, Cory.
And when you're done, just give that a good rinse.
Oh my God!
It's that simple.
You're not going to eat the whole thing?
That's all you ate?
God damn it.
You gotta eat the whole thing.
Hang
And
on.
I bet you guys also didn't know,
That's weak sauce.
but cake icing, very good on the skin. Yeah. Get it all in the beard.
Is that brown face?
So there you guys go.
Cory.
That's the shower cake theory. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to shower all this off now. Cheers, boys.
Cheers to you, sir.
Thank you,
Oh,
Cory.
there you go.
Cheers to you.
That's-
Was anyone else as concerned as I was that the towel was on the wrong side of the shower?
What do you mean the wrong side of the shower?
Well, you don't put it next to the shower head because the splash from the shower
No,
would
we
get the
talked
towel
about
wet.
this last
We've
time.
already discussed that.
Yeah, the first video, I said the same thing. Like, why would you put the shower with the towel right next to the water?
You put it at the end, yeah.
He said, no, that's not how we roll in the
We also have two
household.
people in our household, so There's two.
Oh,
there's
that
two
clearly
towels up
makes
there.
everything.
Whose towel is closer to the water, yours or hers?
Mine. Duh.
Yeah, that
No,
makes sense.
no. Oh, okay.
No, that's fair. You taking a bullet for the
Nope.
relationship.
None of this makes any sense. Answer. It would be like saying, "Well, we have 2 dogs." in the
Zero.
house. That doesn't make any fucking sense as to the question I'm asking right now. First of all, 2 people in the house or 7 people in the house. If you want to hang towels up to dry, that's fine. When you take a shower, they come down. But if you're showering, your towel goes furthest away from the water because the point of the towel is to dry you off from the water.
Yeah, and they're always completely dry. We have discussed this. They're always bone dry.
We did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how it works.
They have the most
But yes,
splash. They have a splashless shower
I
head.
don't know how it works. I don't know how the properties of water function.
I get your point. Technically, that towel should be soaking wet by the time I get it out of the
But
shower.
as we've been told,
It's not even soaking, but like maybe a little wet.
No, you say it's bone dry.
Nothing on it.
I don't buy that.
Come over. We'll get in the
That's
shower.
neither here nor
I'll
there.
show ya.
Splash-free shower head.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've heard. We have a shower here. We can try it later tonight.
Fair enough.
I want to say
we got to get back to pick of the week then. I got to get that shower head.
No,
very focused.
Todd, you do not want that shower head. It's the worst shower head I've ever experienced in my life.
It doesn't get any towels
It's the
wet.
zero splash shower head.
It does well. It does its job in that sense, but every other sense, it's not a great shower head.
I just want to say, if you're only listening to the audio of this podcast, first of all, thank you. But secondly, take a minute and just try the executive version, which is out on YouTube or Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, or TikTok. And you can see the completely disgusted look on Nick's face.
Oh my gosh!
As Cory slathered his cheeks with chocolate icing from the birthday cake.
It gave me the chills. It really did give me the chills.
I thought he was going to perhaps gag. He was very, very disturbed.
I am not putting on anything. I swear to God, this is the first time I've seen this.
Fantastic ancillary side benefit to this story.
This is the first time that I've seen this. I rarely go home alone, and I had my hands on my fucking cheeks, like just writhing watching this video. And I'll have to hand it to you, Cory. I love the shower series. We can work on that camera angle because it seems to be getting a little too low. And
it's a new camera. Sorry, it's a new camera. My bad.
I feel like
It's a little bit deep, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like you're one hiccup or a sneeze away from a real bad accident. And
true, you're a rare Midwest earthquake away from full frontal nudity.
Seriously, I'm getting a little too close to that double V.
I know.
That treasure trail.
Not comfortable with. If we could go back to the above the nip shot, that would be fantastic.
If it ever happens, I'll make sure to edit it out, and I can promise you guys that.
I hope so.
We're getting closer to a shocker.
I did think about at one point giving you guys the full starfish treatment, but I figured that would be the greatest thing for you.
Leave it on the shelf.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Leave it on the shelf.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We don't want the Hershey kiss.
So yeah,
what's the reaction to the video on the room there, Cory?
Everyone's too busy vomiting.
They probably are. Sadly, nothing yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Don't say sadly because people aren't telling you that.
Maybe
they've stabbed their eyes out with forks. It's all good. No news is good news.
All the people that went to primary school are thinking you're such a bloody wanker right now, and it's just ridiculous.
Well played, bringing it all back around.
I'm an Anglophile as well, sir.
I will say by the time I was done that plate though, that piece of cake was disgusting.
I echo Todd's sentiment in that really feel like you should have just slammed the rest of that piece into your mouth. I mean,
he did after the shower.
You know what? You guys are totally right. And when you put yourself in that situation and have watered down cake in front of you, I'd like to see you just slam the
it's
entire
all
piece
in
of
the
cake.
spirit for doing it for the podcast.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You cannot thumb your nose and wag your finger when you're the person on the side of a river that has hot tuna and dried mac and cheese.
That's a whole different story. That's
a whole different version of disgusting.
No, that's good food.
Okay. Well, I don't think you have room to say that soggy cake is a bit at home.
I think I do.
Is a step too far.
Yeah,
Is a step too far.
Exactly.
I'd like to put this out to the group then to say that there's nothing stopping us, and I'm looking at you, Todd Dillon. There's nothing stopping us from doing a rebuttal video with an actual entire cake in which you eat the entire thing in the shower. There's nothing stopping us, gentlemen.
There's also nothing stopping us from buying a $5 brand. Listen, $5 brand new enema bag that has a shower attachment on it, and we take that on the river and we do a Cory shower series on location on the Asable.
If people want to see it, let us know.
I'm not sure anybody wanted to see the two you've done so far, but
well, probably not.
This is really all just for our amusement.
Most people have a glaring reaction to it.
Yes.
The last one, a lot of people
You mispronounced glowing.
Asked if I was. Yeah. No, I said it right. Yeah.
So since you're taking requests, okay. Cory.
Yeah. What's up, Todd?
I'm waiting for it.
My request for your next shower video then is I'd like to see you eat one of those giant freaking party store pickles, like one of those like.
Oh, the one that you put in the bag yourself and you just wrap it up. It's just sitting in juice for
Nope.
The size of a baby's arm.
Todd, I got you one better. That's up Cory's alley, and it would actually not be perfect for Cory. It would be difficult for Cory, which makes me happy. And I'm going to appeal to the color of my cup and say crab legs in the shower. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There's no second takes and throwing it on the floor for that one. Those crab legs are too expensive. You're going to eat them regardless.
That might be a plumber visit after that shower.
No, I took precautions. I knew what was going on. So
okay,
he put in Clarkman.
Clarkman 3000.
So,
yeah.
But
why don't we put it to the room? Why don't we put it to our listeners and our viewers that if you look, apparently now everybody understands that this only happened because I requested it, and they're like, "Fuck, if this dumbass Bob requested it, I can request something too, and maybe Cory will do it." So if there's something that you want to see Cory eat in the shower, send it to us at 618-SHOCKER or put it in the comments.
There are people
video.
coming into the room right now like, what the fuck did I just get into?
That's how viral content happens, bitch.
If you want to see something eaten in the shower, and this is why the only problem I have with the crab legs, because obviously the cake I didn't have to prepare.
Well, your shower disposal, your Clarkman's not made for
it's not made
crustacean legs.
It's not made for cake either. I can tell you that much. Yeah, as long as it's something I can prepare potentially and eat in the shower.
You didn't prepare the cake.
That's what I just said. I know I didn't have to prepare that, but if there is something I can actually prepare in the shower, I'll do it. I'm up for it.
I'm really going to think about this long and hard over the next week, and I know I'm going to give my suggestions, and I suggest that all of our fans do the same. He's not promising to do all of them, but if there are a couple of gems in there,
if there's a good one,
he may pick your suggestion.
Let me
and we'll give you full credit.
Corky, cover your ears. I want every phallic piece of food ever for Cory to eat. Big, large pickles, bananas, beets.
Let me just make this clear. If we have a get together like we do, where it turns into some potluck get together, such as the Super Bowl or things of that nature, and we finish off the night, and you show us some video that you prepared the fucking meatballs in the shower, we're gonna be very upset. So let's not ever go that route. If it's just you enjoying your shower food, I'm on board with it.
I would never do that. I would never do that to you guys.
I'm just telling you that friendships will be ended.
And again, that's why I would never do it. This is just for my own enjoyment. I love eating stuff in the shower, I've come to love it.
I just had a great idea.
Go ahead.
Is there a shower in your naked man room, Cory? Maybe you guys can pass meatballs back and forth.
Wait, Hank. So we're not making them in the shower. We just pass them back and forth to each other. Are they Swedish or are they like barbecue? What's going on?
Like dueling showers.
I'm not going to lie. This seems like a good time to end the show. I mean, I don't want to do it out of the blue and just go, it's a Schnozzcast for this week.
The good
but
part,
I feel like this is probably
the
a
good thing
time.
is if you have to vocalize it, it's probably a good time.
But I've been accused of being the only one who really felt like the show needed to end. So, and with that, thank you, sir. On behalf of Cory, Nick, and Todd, this is Bob saying we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Peace out.